change I spent on you. Oh, Jesus, what's, I don't, oh. You're gonna finish the reviews now.
No, I'm not doing it, okay? I said I'm out. You promised. I didn't promise anything. I said I was gonna make a few videos, that's it.
What about your honor?
What honor? I make videos on YouTube. There's no honor in that.
What about your fans?
My fans? My one fan? My fan out there? Everybody else who watches these videos just making fat jokes about me the entire time. Jesus.
You will do the review or you will taste the bite of Castle Forge steel.
You bought that at a Renaissance festival, you cheap mother... Welcome back to Tib Reluctantly Reviews, Happily Reviews A Dance with Dragons. I'm back, and with a better budget, for behold, fireplace. Scale it down. It's fireplace. 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 I think it's awesome. Check it out. Dragons. Winches. A raptor with a jetpack and a pair of scissors. Awesome. I could literally do this all day long. I'm now being told by my producer that I cannot do this all day long, and I'm in fact on a timetable. So let's get started. We're back with Chapter 9, Davos, which perhaps not the most interesting chapter that we've seen so far, but nevertheless informative. So let's dig right in. Davos finds himself in Sisterton. He has been abandoned on the Sisters by Salladhor Saan, who was with Davos, sent to sort of take on the Lannisters, I guess from a naval perspective, and things really didn't go so great for them. But then again, hardly anything ever does for Stannis. They are like sort of racked by storms and bad choppy seas, and just bad things happen to their ships, and moreover, they're running out of money very, very quickly. So eventually Salladhor Saan just kind of says, that's it, I'm out. Kind of kicks him off. Therefore, kind of proving the whole Pirates Code is really more of a guideline. But nevertheless, he was, I guess, because he was somewhat friendly with Davos, he was good enough to at least kick him off the boat someplace near a city. So Davos scuttles off to Sisterton, where he is quickly captured by the Lord of Sisterton, Lord Godric. And Lord Godric kind of brings him before him and says, who are you? More than likely knowing already who he was, but nevertheless, asking him, and he produces, he gives him his titles and he tells him his names and so forth, and then he produces this document, nice scroll with filigree and little ribbons and things describing all of the whatever, and the guy's like, yeah, but you can fake paper. Show me his hand. So he has his guard rip the glove off, and lo and behold, of course, it's his gnarled whatever. So funny that the king's hand should have not much of a hand, but at any rate, so he recognizes him and he's like, yeah, that's your Davos. Nobody else has a jacked up hand like that. So he kind of sits him down, and they have a conversation over brown beer and bread, which, come on, it's a breakfast of champions right there. Brown beer and bread, and then something called sister stew, which is, like all foods, sort of very, very more than necessarily described. But nevertheless, they're having this conversation, and he gets filled in our information that we, the readers, already know, which is that that Lysa Arryn is dead, and that Tywin is dead, and he kind of catches him up on what's going on. So he kind of says, okay, so what are you doing here? And I'm paraphrasing here, of course, but he basically explains that Davos has been sent by Stannis to recruit Lord Manderly at White Harbor, and more importantly, recruit his coffers, because, as I said, they're running low on money, and they need money, and apparently this guy's got mad ducats or something. So he's, on the other hand, is doing very, very badly. He's got, I think he said 12 gold dragons on him, which is like, I don't know, like 40 pesos or something. But nevertheless, he's doing he's not doing so great. And so he needs to get over there. And so he tells Lord Godric, hey, can you hook a brother up? I need to get over to White Harbor. And the guy's like, I don't want to say he's hostile to him, but he's definitely not friendly to him. He's not happy about the whole situation. He's not happy about him being there. And he makes it very clear that he's a wanted man and that he could, if he wanted to, you know, do things to him or get some sort of reward for turning him in. But nevertheless, they have this conversation. And he tells him that, you know, you can go to White Harbor, but honest to God, you're not going to do so great over there. They've already sided with the Lannisters, and moreover, the Freys have sent their people over to marry into his family. In fact, they're over there right now. So this really, you know, is a problem for Davos, because obviously he needs this guy on his side. So he's like, well, maybe I can convince him. In his head, he's like, I've got to get over there and I've got to work with the guy. And he kind of, you know, and that's what he tells him. He's like, oh, well, I understand that they've sided with the Lannisters, but I still need to talk with this guy. I have been ordered to. This is what I got to do. I got to do it. And through the course of this conversation, Lord Godric kind of also talks about an old story where during Robert's rebellion, Ned had actually gone to the sisters as well, and a very wounded Ned Stark was in a very similar situation brought before Lord Godric, who at the time also could have used him as means to get a lot of favor with the throne. But throughout the course of the conversation, decided not to. And so though he did not side with Ned, he also didn't sell him out either. He basically just said, you were never here. And that's where it ends in this chapter too. Davos kind of says, just like me, I was never here. So we get a little bit of information about this chapter. We find out a little bit more about what Davos is up to and what's going on with him. And that's cool, because we like Davos. Davos is a good guy. And I love his portrayal in the TV show as well. I think they actually nailed him pretty good. We like Davos, and I'm very interested to see where that story is going to go and what's going to happen with him. Probably not as much as the main characters, but nevertheless, this seems interesting. And who he's going to go talk to is hooking up with the Freys, and we all want to see bad things happen to the Freys. We do. So hopefully, you know, that's how that will end. I guess we'll see. But that's all we have for this chapter. As I said, there's not a whole lot of content in it. It was basically just catching you up on what's going on with him. So we'll leave it at that. But as I said before, I'm back. And so I will be back shortly. My producer is telling me that I will be back very shortly to finish up the rest of the series. Hopefully. Definitely. So that being said, this is Tibbs signing off. I'll be back with chapter 10.